This is Hannibal from the Hannibal TV on YouTube, back with another UFO news update, UAP news update, drone news update, whatever you want to call it. I reviewed not only Ross Coulthart's about half an hour latest update on the information he knows about the drone situation. He's one of the lead UAP reporters out there, but I've also watched probably 12 other news reports on this situation. So I'll be mixing quite a bit of new updates. So let's jump right into it. I'll start with Ross Coulthart's information. Some of these appear to have stealth capabilities, which is one of the 5 unidentified aerial phenomenon observables. Some appear to be able to morph into an appearance of a normal drone or a normal airplane from a different shape. And apparently this is called mimicry. Some in the UK have displayed instantaneous accelerations, which is another one of the 5 UAP observables. One of them that was seen in the UK moved at a speed faster than an F-16 jet, which a commercial drone cannot move that fast. Some have been tracked above 25,000 feet, up to 50,000 feet. Usually, a regular commercial drone can only fly at about 25,000 feet. Most don't have any signs of jet turbines or propellers. Some make sounds, others don't. The Defense Department in the US's surveillance system might not be able to track these objects good enough at this point, particularly when they are moving across the ocean. The audio signatures on these drones originally were similar to the one, or I guess they are similar still to Chinese drones, which is why at various points people have thought these were Chinese or Iran using Chinese technologies. Some of these drones have been seen leaving trails, but now many don't think that they are China or Iran. The U.S. government, the Pentagon, saying that there have been no incursions over sensitive Air Force spaces or airspaces, actually conflicts with about the 11 reported cases of incursions above Pintakenny Arsenal Base in New Jersey, which is one of the most sensitive weapons bases on the East Coast. They've also been seen over other East Coast bases with less frequency. There's very mixed messages from the various departments of governments according to what's going on. According to sources of Ross Coulthart's that are supposedly whistleblowers that are remaining anonymous, the FBI legitimately does not know much about what's going on. He even said that John Tedesco, who I interviewed actually last Sunday, who is a investigator of UAPs in the New York, New Jersey area, was questioned by the FBI, and it seemed by the questioning that they really didn't know much about what was going on. A lot of these have a wingspan of about 8 feet. They're being seen in Germany. They have been around nuclear weapons bases in the UK. Some suspect it could be a display of force from Russia to spook the various opposing companies. Some military do not believe they are actually drones. As far as there's obviously drones up there observing them, and there's a lot of activity going up there, but some people don't believe that the actual unidentified aerial phenomena are drones. People are now seeing them in Australia as well. I've received some direct videos from a guy in Australia. There's a lot of theories about what they could be, but there has been no good evidence of anything thus far. We might not get an answer until there's a legitimate crash and someone is able to operate a forensic investigation on them. These are highly sophisticated craft and they move very quickly. It's very hard to actually capture one of these drones. The only thing that is clear is that teams in the ground, in the air, and in the water, as well as radar sensors, must get in better communication to deal with this. A lot of these look small from the videos, but if you're actually up close to them, they are big. Both the New York and New Jersey governors are downplaying this issue. However, there is a former governor of Delaware that has seen these in person. So there's one governor, or at least former governor, giving this some credibility. The state, local, and federal government bureaucracies have to coordinate better and be able to defeat the problem. There is a lot of issues because of the lack of communication within the levels of government that is hampering the ability to actually deal with this issue. There's also constitutional laws affecting the investigations. So that is about the end of Ross Coulthart. I'll tell you some other information I've got from other credible news sources. The drones should not be flying over prisons or military bases. This is not allowed. They could be either private espionage, private industrial espionage, or foreign espionage if they aren't from the US. It could possibly be terrorism. It's happening in at least 4 states, which is Connecticut, Maryland, New Jersey, and New York. As far as like this deep, dense drone incursion, it seems like it is definitely happening in California and Oregon and other states as well. I've seen some weird stuff in Kansas, but definitely the thickness of it is happening in those 4 states. This is kind of a wake-up call of officials to see that we're not really aware of how to deal with drones and how to deal with the ones that aren't giving out remote identification signals. There is some concern that people in rural communities that are armed might have less patience with these, since they're out in the country and there's no buildings or anything below them, and actually might try to shoot them down. Officials from the government are warning that they could be explosive. They could actually be armed themselves or have chemical or biological agents in them. Officials are advising not for any civilians to try to shoot them down. Now, I have heard Congressman Tim Burchett from Tennessee say the opposite. Tim Burchett at one point was saying they were Chinese, and he was saying it should be open season on them. That was about 6 days or a week ago, and I haven't heard him comment on this since, so he may have changed his opinion. But we've definitely had a couple congressmen saying they're either Chinese or Iran buying Chinese drones and using them. They're definitely flying over places they aren't supposed to, such as high traffic highways and children's sports fields. There hasn't been any good answers at any press conference at any level that have been given so far. Nobody has yet to see any of these take off or land. They appear to have a 6 to 8 hour battery life. Many officials are saying it should be considered a threat until we get a hold of one of these and can say 100% for certain, based on evidence, that it is not a threat. Because as of right now, the FBI has even said this in a press conference, they're relying on citizens' iPhone footage and private camera footage to try and discover what this is. But at the same time, they're saying it's nothing to worry about at the top. The high-frequency radars that are required to actually see these, all levels of government don't have yet. Normal radar might not capture everything due to their size. Infrared sensors are needed, as well as radio frequency sensors, to see if these drones have data links on them. The former governor in Maryland that witnessed one of these is Larry Hogan. No relation to Hulk Hogan that I know of. All these drones are supposed to have remote IDs on them.